Queenzflip threatens to expose Joe Budden.
Once you open
want your grace. You open the door.
Open any door regarding my family, my wife, I'm from. So go ahead.
Open the door.
Go ahead. Do it now. Go ahead.
I did. I just said something about your family and your sumo wrestler.
All right, so what about it?
Yeah, nigga.
What family you going through now?
Tell me.
Huh? When you coming in here like you lost a dog, nigga.
That's right. On the last episode of the Joe Budden podcast, things got a little dicey where Queenzflip started to allude to taking it there with Joe Budden after an interesting episode that I think revealed that the podcast is entering an interesting phase, one where certain members of the show no longer want to share aspects of their home lives. And we're going to start with Queenzflip, but we're also going to look at Ish, Ice, and Melissa Ford. So first, things get dicey when Joe Budden mentions how Queenzflip had tatted up Holly, the dime piece tatted up Holly on Flip the Network, and he lifted her up above his shoulders. And, he was kind of alluding to some messiness, like, whoa, what's going on there? And then Flip went on this tirade about how, I don't know, my family allows, this, my family is okay with this. And it just seemed like Flip was trying to stop Joe from taking it there. Flip has a current theme on the show and even with this channel where he's accused people of speaking about his family. But we all know once you give Joe a boundary not to cross, he might not cross it, but he's going to allude to crossing it. And I find that quite interesting because Queenzflip kind of low-key snapped and said, don't do that because I got some information myself or something along those lines. And I'm wondering, what information does Queenzflip have? Let me know what you think in the comments. What could Queenzflip be alluding to? There's a lot of theories about that. I mean, there's a lot of people in my comment section talking about, Joe used to talk about something a lot, but he doesn't talk about it as much. And I've largely stood away, but just know it hasn't gone unnoticed by me. And there's been people fighting back saying, oh, you guys are making things up. You guys are reaching for stuff and you don't know what you're talking about. But I don't know. It's looking like the commenters are right. But that's not the only thing. Is Ish himself was also on the episode saying that, oh, when I shoot back, don't be upset. And he even said, Ice, you better watch out because I'll shoot back at you too. And we all know Ish has been vocal about Ice not being too open to being dissed. And I think that's something we have to monitor, y'all. Could Ish be deciding to finally take aim at his Newark brother Ice? And why has Ish been so moody as of late? Over the last month or couple of months, he just hasn't been really that engaged in the podcast. He seems to throw tirades and be a party pooper, a moody Potter, somebody who doesn't like when people throw things his direction. Also, Ice, hasn't been mentioning a lot of things. There's a lot going on this episode. It was a good episode, too. I think the conversation ran really smoothly. A lot of people felt comfortable. There was a good weave. But I did notice some undertones and feel as if there's something lurking beneath the surface of these episodes. And I think they will manifest in creative differences in the future. That's right, creative differences. That's something that this channel focuses on immensely. And if Flip feels some type of way about Joe bringing up how he's getting chummy with tatted up Holly, hey man, that's something to watch. I mean, I definitely saw that clip on my timeline. I saw the tatted up Holly clip. I was like, oh, lifting her above the shoulders. Now, I would love to do that myself, but hey, shout out to Flip, tatted up Holly above the shoulders. And when Joe brings attention to something, it becomes a narrative, and then the person who's doing it will have a hard time escaping it. That's what happened with Ish and white women. Remember when Joe laid that white women infrastructure, the bunny hopping and all of that stuff. So Flip right now is being jokey, but I think in time he will start to kind of be upset and lash out, you never know. It could lead to him wanting to leave the show. I don't think he likes the narratives that might be planted by Joe, who's a great narrative maker. So let me know what you think. But I do have some homework, everybody. You know, this is science class, and I got some homework for everybody. What do you think Flip is alluding to? Do you think what everybody is saying about what is going on with Joe and him not mentioning a certain subject is true? The thing is, I don't even have to say it because it's so blatantly obvious. I know all the people in science class know what I'm talking about. And why is Ish being so moody? Let me know what you think in the comments. And what about Melissa Ford and that dude they always used to mention? No comments about that anymore. All right, y'all. There's a lot of work, a lot of science, a lot of tea leaves to be read, and I hope you were ready. I know it's a Sunday, but sometimes there's class that needs to occur on the weekend. All right, follow me on Twitter to Stop TV. We're going to be doing Saturday episodes of the Joe Budden Podcast React shows on Saturdays at 3 o'clock. So tune in, chime in with me on Twitter. That's kind of like a podcast about a podcast. So tap in. This is Danny from the Stop. Peace.